to shape. Shape it up. Get straight. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to detect it. It's not too late to whip it. Whip it good.
Alright, let's talk about subliminal messages. And like, subliminal messages are like hidden things in like TV shows and movies that like advertise something without like actually advertising it, like a commercial would or something. Like, and it's not just that. Like, you see things like in, well, hold on. But like, you can see things in like movies that have like hidden logos or messages and stuff. Like in the Wendy's logo on her collar, it looks like it says mom. Which, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, like in her little logo, it looks like it says mom.
Yeah.
The theory behind that was, I don't know if it's really a theory necessarily, but like the thing behind that is that the reason it like looks like that and people think that is because like Wendy's is supposed to be like, oh, home cooked meals or something, like mom cooked your meal or something, which I don't know. That one's not really like spooky, but I've seen things like in the movie Lion King, like when the lion Simba like lays down, like the dust and the dirt in the air like goes a certain way and it says like sex in the air. Like, it's some weird stuff like that.
I saw that one too.
But like there's also like stuff in like marketing, which I don't know who I talked with about this, but like even in like grocery stores, like in grocery stores, like they're trying to like advertise things and market, like sell things to you. So like in grocery stores, they change up things like every 6-7 months and like move everything around. And the reason they do that is so that when you go in with like a set list of what you're looking for, and then you go and you're like, well crap, they moved everything around, you have to look around the whole store and figure out where everything is again. And that's when you start to see more things and you're like, ooh, I should get this too and this, and like then you end up buying more than you came into the store for, so that the store can make more money. Which when people go shopping, the most bought things are milk, eggs, and bread, and they put that stuff in the back of the store, so you have to walk all the way through the store to get that, so that you see more things, so that they can buy, then you end up buying more stuff. And like with candy, at like the checkout aisles, they put candy on the lower stuff and gum on the higher stuff, and like chips on the higher stuff. They put candy at the lower spot so the kids see it, and they're like, mom, I want this, and their mom's like, no, so that the stores can get more money.
I think at that point, that's just like strategical placement.
But like they do this every few months, and so like they'll just move everything around so that you have to look around. And then like, and that's also why they put like restaurants in stores too. Like at Walmart, there's always a Subway or McDonald's. So then if you're hungry, you're like, shoot, I'm just gonna go here. Then you're spending more money.
Is that like selling cheap products so people come back and buy new ones when you break them?
Yeah. But like that, and then like in TV shows and movies, like it's kind of weird, like in like Looney Tunes and stuff. Like if you go back and watch Looney Tunes and like Tom and Jerry and all that stuff, there's so many suicide jokes and like things like, and there's theories too, like the show 13 Reasons Why like tries to support like suicide, like to show that it's like fun or something. Because like there's theories that like kids will like watch it and be like, oh, that looks fun, like I should kill myself or something to get attention. Or like in Looney Tunes, like the characters will always like put a little gun up to their head, and then it shows the other character and you just see the explosion, or like then they have like a hole in their head or something. Like in almost every single one, there's like guns, bombs, drugs, there's something in that, and these are supposed to be for kids.
I think that's just because it was just meant for like, because how long was Looney Tunes made?
I mean, it's still in like new Looney Tunes too. Like they have new ones that they make in like 2019, 2018.
Yeah.
But like I get it back then because like it wasn't that big of an issue then.
I don't think
like
people,
60s, 70s, whatever it was.
I just think a lot more people are soft now.
Yeah.
This world is like, very sensitive.
Yeah, and they're like, oh,
compared to how it was before.
Jokes, can't do that. But I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I love Looney Tunes.
It's like, how did the world, how did everything go from like suicide and killing jokes to like everyone's gay now? Like freaking SpongeBob's gay now.
Because Hollywood. I think Hollywood does play a big part.
Everyone gets so sensitive about everything, and now everything is like labeled as, oh, it's a safe place, everyone's gay and all this stuff, instead of like the old jokes like it used to be in cartoons where like they'd have guns and like shoot each other and be like pew pew.
And you can actually say what you wanted.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, SpongeBob's gay. Let's go make Tom and Jerry gay.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, you know, Harry Potter, who wrote Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling, I think.
Yeah. Well, after this, like, white privilege stuff came up, she went out and said, oh, Hermione was black. Or I never said Hermione was white. And then people in the book, and it was like, oh, her pale white skin. I was like, oh. So, yeah. But I think Hollywood is the worst at that, because a lot of these movies, I think they're just trying to brainwash you, because a lot of these movies that you watch, there's an obvious agenda that they're trying to push on you. And it's more left than right. I'm not saying that there's not, like, right movies.
Yeah. No, 100%. Hollywood definitely brainwashes people. In any movie or TV show and all that stuff. Like, and, like, for kids, like, in, like, superhero shows, like, they brainwash these kids to, like, watch them and want to be, like, superheroes. That's why kids are always playing these games, like, oh, like, I'm the good guy, you're the bad guy, and all this stuff. Like, I'll be the superhero, you can be the witch or something. Like, they're advertising these things and brainwashing these kids so that they can, like, do all these things. And, like, some of the stuff is bad, but, like, I don't know. Some of it's cheesy, too.
Like, the next James Bond movie they're making, well, not the next one, but I think, like, in the future, they were talking about casting a black woman as 007, which, I mean, like, 007 has been a guy ever since, like, the series started.
Yeah.
I'm not against, like, a black lady as a lead role. I'm just saying, I don't know why you have to change it to push an agenda. Right.
I mean, they don't have to change. I mean, I understand, like, in movies and TV shows, like, they'll recreate them for a newer generation. But, like, at that point, why don't you just create a similar story that goes in a different path, and then you can have that.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're going to create a new James Bond movie, keep it as the same, make it a guy. But if you want to have, like, a black woman play that role, why not make a movie that's similar to that instead of just recreate it? Like, it just kind of changes the whole franchise.
Yeah.
That's like, I heard, like, in the Spider-Man movies, there's going to be, like, in, like, the next 10 years, it's going to be a black man playing him. It's like, and that's fine, but, like, when you change the gender, then it's just kind of like, well, like, why not just make a movie similar to that? A new story. Don't run the franchise.
I think we need to clarify, just for everyone that might get triggered, we are not sexist or racist whatsoever.
No. Not right now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, there's a case.
No, and I'm not saying that being sexist. I'm not like, oh, we shouldn't have females in movies. They suck. Like, only Mary does.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But yeah, I just kind of think that's cheesy to do. Like, don't run a franchise like that.
I think school's also getting worse, too.
Yeah.
Because in history lessons, they're like, oh, the natives were peaceful people, and they just traded. The Indians would pillage other villages and rape women, and they were slaveholders, too.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. And then my English teacher was terrible this year, too. I don't even know. She pulled up these ads from, like, Victoria's Secret, and she goes, so, what do we think about how they're objectifying this woman in this? I was like, what are you talking about? So they're just trying to brainwash you into thinking, oh, they're sexist for putting that on there. They're trying to objectify women.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason that there's more movies with women as, like, the lead role, like how they're changing franchises, there's, like, starting new movies with, like, women as a lead role, is because Hollywood used to be sexist. And I noticed this a lot. Like, when a woman was, like, the lead role in a movie, they would pay her less if they showed her face less. Because if you, like, in posters for movies, like, if it's a woman on the poster, they show everything below her face, like neck and lower. Because if they have their face in that, then they have to pay them more. Which is why, if you look up, like, movie posters of a woman with no face, there's hundreds of movies like that. Which is why now they're doing that and making women lead roles in movies more. Like, actually showing their face. Like, in older movies, like 70s, 80s, 90s, never showed their face. Because they'd have to pay them more for that. Which is weird.
Mary, you got anything?
Okay. Alright, okay, the next one's not really a conspiracy, but I did want to bring it up. Like, how social media has, like, influenced people. Like TikTok. Like, do you know how fast TikTok blew up? And, like, everyone like hopped on the bandwagon of that trend, and now everyone's addicted to that.
I hated that, even though I have one.
Like,
But yeah.
you know how like when TikTok first came out, everyone was kind of like, "Oh, I'm not gonna download that. That's so stupid." And then it kind of like slowly absorbed into everyone, and now everyone's like addicted to it. Like even my mom.
Your mom's like viral, isn't she?
Yeah, my mom's like famous.
Must be nice.
She has like 400 followers.
Yeah.
My mom had like 400 husbands.
Oh.
Did she?
All right. Okay, let's finish talking about TikToks and stuff, like how like social media takes over life. So what would you say in your opinion is like the worst social media platform?
Instagram.
Why so?
Because
Blackout
everybody
Tuesday.
can't normalize their posts. They have to make it like perfect.
I don't put any filters on mine.
No. Anyway, why do you think Instagram's the worst? Okay. Quit making faces. Okay, for real now. Have you ever experienced something where like
He's
you're, like-
drowning. Psych, y'all. Look. Her head went.
I really said,
have you ever experienced something where like your mind is just like going crazy and you're like, is this even freaking real or what?
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah, literally me yesterday when me and Emma came here, I was like, this doesn't feel real. And she's like, probably because you're listening to Justin Bieber. Because somebody
The PTSD
love me by Justin Bieber.
Oh, he just smacked his palm against the water.
His paw?
His pole. When he tried to cast it, he went.
Oh, he's looking! I'm scared. Sorry, we're crazy. She's like, let me get
And I
out.
looked away real quick, like, oh, we weren't looking.
You're like, what?
Oh,
what's
dang, he
this?
went straight over there.
Head no.
Oh, right. He's drowning.
I know, he went way under.
Anyway,
Oh, shit. Oh, he.
Emma, quit.
He keeps
Quit
putting
focusing
his
on
head in
him.
the-
Focus on the camera, Emma. Anyway, but like, do you think it's possible to believe like there's even an episode of Friends where Phoebe's like, I feel like I'm the master puppet of the group, like I'm controlling y'all. Like, sometimes some things make me think like, shit, am I being controlled by someone?
I know, like,
Because like if I am, that guy sucks because he's made it real stupid. Like, what if we're each controlled by a person? We're like puppets and we don't know it.
Yeah.
What if we're in the video game?
No thanks. And me. No, I'm kidding.
What if we're
Yeah.
She's like anyway, but like what if it's like The Sims and we're like characters? Like how
You
scary
be
is that?
GTA because you straight up in your car 24/7.
That's true.
When you come home,
I'd
it's
be
to
more of a
like,
Sims
go to
type of
sleep.
person. Stay
Yeah.
at home.
Or be like a more.
I'm like the
Actually,
crazy
no,
guy
it's
that
more
drives over the
Minecraft.
curb and like goes
Oh.
100
At that
miles an
point.
Just you don't kill dogs in real life.
hour. You're the one that
Oh,
like
yeah.
stocks up on everything to kill everyone, and Jimmy's the one like making the flower garden.
That's so accurate.
Like, have you seen the TikToks?
be
It's like
cute.
the girl's like, "Oh, I'm making my garden." My boyfriend's like destroying all the monsters and stuff. It's literally the other way around. You'd be like, "Fuck you, Cooper."
For real, with the potions and all.
I won't put that in. Or oh.
Speaking of it.
Speaking of, yeah, I don't really like this theory anymore. I'm kind of bored of it. This theory's been canceled. Fuck you, theory. I'm kidding.